All right, so there's a lot to talk about in a short amount of time. I'm going to try to talk about several different topics and condense this down into one video. I'm going to be traveling to North Carolina later on this afternoon, so I'm not sure if I'm able to have time to do the videos that I want to do, right? Especially in my own setting. But anyway, this is basically kind of like a aftermath of the Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder fight. Again, great fight. Love to see a rematch. When you have a fight like this where it can evoke so many emotions that, one, you got people on different sides of the fence saying, Fury won, Wilder won, and they have their reasons. But they are emotionally invested in the fight by giving their reasons. And then if somebody is opposed of their reasons, right, they're so emotionally involved, they may even name call. They may even just say, hey, you're wrong because of this, that, and the other. And the point I'm trying to make is that because of the way that fans, media, and even fighters reacted to this fight, this was an all-time great fight. This was an all-time classic, hands down. This is the making of a great trilogy. Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury, they exceeded expectations. They exceeded my expectations, as I thought coming in this will be a boring fight, and it was at spots. But overall, the whole fight itself is just an all-time classic. Just the totality of the fight, an all-time classic. Styles make fights. You have a guy like Tyson Fury who is a boxing savant. Obviously his last performance with Vladimir Klitschko, that's what he did. He basically undressed Vladimir Klitschko down and just reduced this guy into a flailing person that's trying to land just one big shot, or just reduce his jab and nullified everything. That was 3 years ago. Fast forward to today, you got a guy coming off substance abuse, mental health issues, depression, obesity, right? All this and losing so much weight, has 2 tune-up fights with basically, again, like I said, an Uber driver and a Lyft driver, part-time bartender, basically nobodies, to fight the most dangerous puncher in all of boxing today, which is Deontay Wilder. Regardless of how you feel about the fight, you got to give Tyson Fury his props. And to say this, you got to keep it real with yourself also. To come from where Tyson Fury came from, in his circumstance, right? To come from where he came from in his circumstance, and to challenge Deontay Wilder, the most dangerous puncher in boxing today, you just have to give him his props, like I said. Not only that, this version of Tyson Fury is nowhere near the version of Tyson Fury that faced Vladimir Klitschko. You got to be real with yourself. It's nowhere near. Look how he looked. He still had his physicality. I mean, this guy, his shape, he still looked like he needed to lose about 20 pounds. You know what I'm saying? And to be that nimble, that mobile, that kind of lateral movement on his feet, it's incredible to see that in the ring for a guy that size. So a guy that's coming off a 3-year layoff, 2 tune-ups, and to still perform the way he did, I would say that's probably Tyson Fury at 70% when he faced Deontay Wilder. That's Tyson Fury. That's not even the best version of Tyson Fury facing Deontay Wilder, and he still challenged Deontay Wilder. So imagine if you have a 90% version of Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? And here's the thing, family, because again, coming into the fight originally, I must admit, originally I had picked Tyson Fury to beat Deontay Wilder. This was just about boxing. I said he was going to outbox Deontay Wilder. I said I said, I'm going to be hard pressed to believe that Deontay Wilder is going to land that right hand significantly. And pretty much what I said, came to fruition. And, the problem is that Deontay Wilder was so relying on that right hand, he was telegraphing his shot. It was almost like Deontay Wilder was a sketch artist drawing up the right hand and giving it to Tyson Fury. Say, hey, I'm going to throw the right hand. Here you go. Oh, really? Okay, let me duck the shot. Because he kept throwing the same punch over and over and over and over and missing. And, like I said before, Wilder, even though he kept throwing the same damn right hand, straight right, and missing, he would still throw it. Like he would always commit to throwing that right hand. He wasn't discouraged. He just said, I'm going to throw it again. I'm going to throw it again. I'm going to throw it again. To the point where he was throwing hammer fists and it's still missing. You know what I'm saying? He threw a hammer fist in there at one point. But his commitment to throw that right hand in the fight because he wanted to just get Tyson Fury out of there, it made him look sloppy. It made him look silly. And I was yelling at the screen like, yo, you got to throw some body shots. Go back to the body. Do an uppercut. Feint to the body and go to the head. You can't just stop throwing the same punch over and over and over and over again. And when that ninth knockdown happened, it was more like a flash knockdown because he was hit. Tyson Fury was hit to the back of the head. So he wasn't really hurt by that shot. It was more of a flash knockdown. But in the 12th, a couple things people don't talk about, and I mentioned before, is that, in the 12th round, Fury saw the right hand coming. And he slipped it, but he didn't slip it fast enough. So that's when fatigue set in. You know what I'm saying? Before that, there was a sequence of Tyson Fury hitting Wilder with a right hand and a left as well before Deontay Wilder came back with his right and a left hook, right? When Wilder hit Tyson with the right hand, he saw the punch. He tried to slip it. He couldn't slip it in time, and Wilder caught him with the right hand. And I said the reason why he caught Fury with the right hand is because Tyson was tired in the 12th round. And then he caught him again with a left hook. And he was out of there. Everybody thought he was out of there. And we all know that he came and rose up like the dead, like the Undertaker. And people all are talking about, the count, the ref count was late and all that stuff. I was listening to shout out to Barbershop Conversations. I was listening to his live stream with a couple other guys from the LDBC. I think what's the brother's name? Goodfellas. Goodfella made a great point, which I knew, but I didn't really fully get the brunt of what exactly was going on. I knew because the ref had to do something before the count of getting to Fury. But Goodfellas made a great point because when Deontay Wilder made the knocked down Tyson Fury in the 12th, the ref was instructed to first make sure that Deontay Wilder went into his corner. You see, Deontay Wilder didn't go into his corner. He started celebrating prematurely. He started doing the cutthroat and acting silly, and he wasn't in his corner, right? He was on the opposite side of his corner. So the ref had to instruct Deontay Wilder to go to his corner first before he started to count Tyson Fury. That was the reason why the count was late, technically, right? The ref still did his job. And now I know there was some guys in the LDBC, and I'm still the supporter of the LDBC. And I know that LDBC is not one monolith. Each person has their own individual, their own individual thoughts and all that stuff. But there were some folks saying, okay, Tyson Fury was knocked out cold in the 12th round, and it should have been over. And as I pointed out, no, it wasn't. The ref was doing his job. He had to ensure and instruct Deontay Wilder in his corner to go to his corner before he started the count, the 10 count. And that's what happened. Now, let's go to the punch stats. I've been at the punch stats right here. Okay. Some people are saying that, how can you say that Tyson Fury won the fight? You show me what rounds he won the fight. Here's the punch stats right here. All right. And this is on Boxing Scene. Here's the punch stats right here. A very low percentage connect rate from both fighters. But the overall thing that the punch that just you don't see in the stats here, and I don't really care about stats either. Right? But this is my point though. And the reason why I think Tyson Fury won the fight is because majority of the rounds outside of 9 and 12, he was controlling the tempo and the distance of the fight. It's called ring generalship. And that's a stat you don't see right here. It's ring generalship. He was controlling the distance and the pace of the fight. Right? See, the problem is that, Tyson Fury was able to land punches when and how he wanted to land punches. And he wasn't forcing punches. Wilder, in my opinion, on the other hand, really had to work to land punches. His jab was doing pretty good, though. Outside of that right hand that he was so relying on, he was overthrowing the shot, forcing the shot. You know what I'm saying? And just so anxious to headhunt and not set up his shots and mix his shots up and disguise his shots. All he had was basically a one-arm fighter. Just looking for that one knockout with the right hand. You know what I'm saying? And that's what he was doing through the entire fight. So when you have a guy like Fury who was controlling the range, controlling the tempo, you give those rounds outside of the punch stat numbers. You give those rounds to Tyson Fury, in my opinion. And so I had Tyson Fury up 114, 112 with the 2 knockdowns. Right? That's how I scored the fight. You know what I'm saying? Now moving on to some other fighters, right? Like I said before, my opening statement, I said, this fight evoked a lot of emotions to boxing fans, media, and even other fighters. You got guys like Andre Ward, who people praise in the community, are turning their back on Andre Ward because of what he said about Wilder, which is crazy to me. It's an opinion, family. I mean, it's not like he said. It's not like Andre Ward said, "Hey, fuck that nigga Deontay Wilder. He's a chump and he's a bastard and this, that, and the third name call." He didn't say it. He just basically said on his Twitter, he said, "Don't think a rematch will ever happen. Wilder probably wouldn't want to go through that again. We'll take the draw and even more, and Fury doesn't really have to. Even a draw was a win for him," as in Tyson Fury, last night. The way he performed, Fury versus Joshua at Wembley in the summer. And, people who were supporters of Andre Ward and all this are going at him like, he hating and, this, that, and the third. My thing is this, man, especially with these fighters who pick Deontay Wilder or say Deontay Wilder, who pick Tyson Fury, and say Tyson Fury won. Okay, guys like Andre Ward, Floyd Mayweather. I saw the interview with Ben Davison that after the fight, Ben Davison asked Mayweather who won, and he said Mayweather pointed at Tyson Fury and say Tyson Fury won, etc. You see, guys like Floyd and Andre Ward, these guys are boxing savants, and so it has nothing to do with quote unquote hating on Deontay Wilder. It's the fact that, and I'm gonna keep it real simple, and even Mike Tyson, it's the fact that they don't like Deontay Wilder's style. It's that simple. Floyd, even with the interview he did, like I think it was like 6 rounds in, Showtime interviewed Floyd Mayweather, and it said that, Tyson Fury was up 5 rounds of zip. And he said that basically, and I'm paraphrasing, he basically said that, Deontay Wilder is relying on one punch. And you can't do that in boxing. You need to have more tools in your arsenal. He's basically saying that you got to be versatile, like me as a boxer. I can show you I can punch him. I can show you how versatile I am. I can fight on the inside. I can fight on the outside. I can do left hooks. I can do straight rights. I can do uppercuts. I can do pull counters. He's basically saying that you need to be more versatile. And that's what Floyd and that's what Andre Ward and guys like Mike Tyson, even Lennox Lewis appreciate. They appreciate boxing savants. They appreciate guys who have a full boxing arsenal. And that's what frustrated me when watching Deontay Wilder, when he was forcing that right hand so much where he was just looking silly, missing those shots. And I kept saying, can you do something else besides throw that same punch? Can you go to the body? Can you do an uppercut? Can you do something else? And that's what frustrated me with watching Deontay Wilder. And I was rooting for him. But guys like Andre Ward, guys like Floyd Mayweather, guys like Lennox Lewis, they appreciate guys who show a full arsenal. They appreciate guys like Tyson Fury who have an arsenal, a style that they are more accustomed to appreciating and seeing, and not some guy that's looking to land one big shot. It's just that simple, guys. It's not about hating. These guys like Lennox Lewis, Andre Ward, Mike Tyson, Floyd, they picked Tyson Fury as the winner. But just because they picked Tyson Fury as the winner doesn't mean they're hating. Again, they appreciate boxers. They appreciate the sweet science. We got to go back to that, family. We got to go back to that. You see, Deontay Wilder, it's a lot of things he got to. He's 33 years old, and he's still limited at 33 years old. He can't fight on the inside. He always needs leverage to throw that right hand. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have that power where it comes from short range or mid range. He always needs to extend his punches with that right hand. He needs to have more. He needs to have better punch variations. And his corner, and I agree with some of y'all, who say his corner is trash. His corner is trash. Those two trainers, I don't know what the hell they're doing, man. He needs somebody like a Virgil Hunter, somebody like Nassim Richardson, Derek James. He needs somebody like Derek James, to be honest with you. Derek James needs to train Deontay Wilder. He can properly show Deontay Wilder how to punch. Not only punch from long range, but punch from short range. Because when let me tell you something. If you are going to rely on a shot that needs to travel long distance, it's going to catch up to you. You can't keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting the same results. It's funny because his record. Okay, he was 40-0, 39 KOs, right? But if you were properly trained how to throw a punch from all aspects, Deontay Wilder would be amongst the all-time greats, in my opinion. But he was never taught how to throw a punch properly. Never. If a guy like Derek James trained Deontay Wilder, man, he would be a monster. I mean, he could still teach him some fundamentals, a thing or two, just about punch placement, how to properly throw a punch from all angles. Derek James would do a fantastic job with Deontay Wilder. Those two other trainers that Deontay Wilder got, they got to go. They're just real amateurish. So, in my opinion, if they had a rematch, which I think they'll have a rematch with Tyson Fury and Deontay Wilder, again, this version of Tyson Fury is not the version of Tyson Fury that faced Klitschko. This is nowhere near. This is about a 70% version of Tyson Fury. Imagine a 90% version of Tyson Fury. So you get a better version of Tyson Fury, it will be a shutout. it would be a shutout against Deontay Wilder. The only way I would see Deontay Wilder having a chance is him switching trainers. He has to learn how to fight. He has to learn how to throw his punches from all angles and in all ranges, not just long range. And disguise those punches. So if we know that right hand is coming from a long range, and Tyson Fury, a 70% version of Tyson Fury, is able to slip the majority of those shots, imagine what a 90% version of Tyson Fury would do. Right? So yeah, Deontay Wilder, to me, he needs new trainers. That's just my opinion. He needs new trainers. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what else. Yeah, I think overall, family. Excuse me. Overall, this was the fight of the ages, especially in the heavyweight division. Everybody, including myself, thought this fight was going to be boring and dull. And not only that, family, once they do a rematch, ticket sales and pay-per-view and all that will go through the roof. They know this is going to be an action-packed fight. For Deontay Wilder's first appearance on pay-per-view, he showed up and showed out. He did what he said he was going to do, which was try to knock Tyson Fury out, which he almost did. But this was a great fight, and this evoked a lot of emotions from all sides. And this is what you need. Great fights evoke emotions. They do. This is what people, you got to understand that in order for you to have an all-time great fight, it evokes emotions. And this is what it's doing from all sides. People who picked Deontay Wilder that thought that he won versus people who picked Tyson Fury and thought Tyson Fury won. Right? And I picked Deontay Wilder from an emotional pick because of that comment about over 400 years when it's technically over 500 years of slavery. When he made that comment to contrast Tyson Fury, who said that his people, the gypsies, have been suffering for so long. So based off that, I wanted Deontay Wilder to smash Tyson Fury. But even though I was rooting for Deontay Wilder, I had Tyson Fury winning the fight. And it's not just because of the stats, because he controlled the range and the tempo of the fight with ring generalship. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, this fight was an all-time great. I'm glad this happened. And this is a fight that people are still going to talk about for a long time. And there's going to be a lot of debates on this, emotional debates, and that's good. We need it. We need you to be passionate about the sport. You need to show your emotions, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't do the name calling, because that's when especially me, don't do the name calling and get me pissed off. But keep it boxing. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it boxing. So, yeah, man, this was a great fight. Great fight. Even Eddie Hearn had Tyson Fury winning, the fight. He said, according to Twitter, he said, give it to Fury by 2 rounds, 115, 111 Wilder. He said here, big respect for Fury to get up there, got him winning this. So he didn't agree with the judges who said that Wilder won it by 115, 111. So, all right, family. So those are my thoughts about that. Leave your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think about all of what I said about fighters who chose Tyson Fury. Are they hating? Was this an all-time great fight? Let me know down below in the comment section, family. Till next time, Chauncey, a.k.a. The Black Separatist, signing out. Peace.